This episode of ETC is brought to you by Pacific Rim Uprising, in theaters March 23rd.
And you're up. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from his cocoon, I got him on the show. You know how? Guilt tripping. Peer pressure and guilt tripping got Joel Rubin to sit right there. Because first I tweeted and I said, hey, guess what? What if Joel Rubin showed up? And then I walked in his office and I said, a lot of people are going to be disappointed if you don't show up, Joel.
That's a fun story, but what actually happened is we drugged him.
Yeah.
And dragged him.
Yeah.
Drugged and dragged, and here he is.
The body is here.
You wanted a body?
You got one. Joel, what do you think about Black Panther hitting $1 billion in the box office?
$1 billion. I mean, he's speechless, so.
Speechless. Speechless. Joel Rubin's comments, held for review.
Held for review. Yeah.
So yes, that's the big news from this weekend. Black Panther has crossed the $1 billion mark worldwide.
Yeah. If only we could have known that people wanted to see this movie.
Yeah. Box Office Mojo says, this is from The Verge, Box Office Mojo says the latest installment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the first to stay in the top box office slot for 4 straight weeks. The film was helped by a solid debut in China this weekend, where it earned $66.5 million in its first 3 days. The massive box office haul only adds to the impressive set of records that the film has already shattered. The largest February debut of all time, beating Deadpool, second largest Marvel debut after The Avengers, and highest grossing film by a black director. Lord Quasimodo, $1.99. Congratulations, Elliot. Get rid of the dead body.
We're going to leave the dead body here for a while.
Joel, wake up!
Oh, oh!
You almost knocked over your tumbler.
I'm here.
Joel, what's new in the world of theater arts?
Joel, what were you dreaming about? Tell us about your dreams. Did you have any nightmares?
I had a good dream last night.
Are you affected by daylight savings?
I am affected
it's
by
the worst.
daylight savings. I had a dream
This
last night.
is the good one, though.
Where I tweeted at YouTube and told them what I wanted out of their search algorithm. And I had some real hot ideas. I wrote them down. I'm going to tweet them at YouTube later today.
They're going to respond with like, why are you even following me if you're going to criticize me?
No, they're not criticisms.
Their social director is a terrible person.
They're suggestions, not criticisms. It's things that I just want to see out of YouTube.
I would like to know what goes on in the behind, because there had to be a reprimand for the way that YouTube's Twitter account is handling things, right?
I don't know. I feel like they see Wendy's Twitter account. They're like, yeah, we're hip like Wendy's.
Yeah.
Hello, fellow kids.
We're down.
Yeah.
It's like when you explain negging to someone who
is negging?
wants to know how to get girls.
Yeah.
And then they go and call a woman just like, yeah, you fucking whore. Do you like me now?
That is negging. That is some real negging. I almost negged. I was at a bar earlier last week, and I almost negged somebody, but I realized it was.
You're
going to
married,
be a
Joel.
No, it wasn't even a come on. It was just like as an intro.
You were trying to get a guy to respect you.
I was trying to get a guy to flirt with me.
Murder Giraffe, who's the LSU fan?
I'm from Baton Rouge.
There you go.
Baton Rouge.
Roby Maki TM, $5 weekend, a Joel starting Ricky and Elliot. That makes no sense.
Weekend at Joel's, like Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh,
Right.
okay, yeah.
You guys didn't take the bait. I was hoping you would puppet me through the entire episode.
I didn't have my Caribbean boombox.
Yeah, we need to blast music.
And a voodoo curse.
Yeah.
Nobody's seen Weekend at Bernie's.
That's Weekend at Bernie's too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fewer people have seen that one.
Arguably the better movie.
Arguably. I think because they were more aware in that movie that it was laughable and stupid.
Oh, you think the first one, they were like, this is a dramatic hit that will win Oscars?
I feel like the first one, they're like, I think we can get away with this as like a straight comedy. And the second one, they're like, this is a dumb parody of the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
The 80s was a time of a lot of cocaine.
Experimentation.
Yeah.
on all fronts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Panther, good for them, $1 billion. I saw a lot of hot takes this weekend because all the box office watchers, all the hip Hollywood journalists were saying that A Wrinkle in Time could not overtake Black Panther. Mm-hmm. And then the hot takes on Twitter were, why can't you just say that for the first time ever, 2 films by black filmmakers are top 1 and 2?
Yeah.
And of course, Hollywood Reporter's Twitter account does not have the same social media strategy as YouTube, so they did not respond with a tart reply.
Yeah. Well, the thing is Black Panther was great.
Yes.
I've heard a lot of reviews because I was listening to, as I always do, listening to NPR the other day, and they had a film discussion about Wrinkle in Time, and they really tiptoed around the fact that they didn't like the movie.
Yeah,
I just have zero interest in it.
Yeah, no, I have
all.
no interest at all. I didn't read the book. It's not the movie is not specifically targeted at me in any way. So
I wanna watch it. I will watch it at some point. I'll probably go watch it this week or next week. But like, I haven't read the book in a long time, and I have also heard that there are some just like structural problems with the movie. I think.
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see.
yeah. I guess you'll have to give us your full report once you actually see the film.
When I'm back on the show next Monday.
Yeah, permanent guest Joel Rubin. Jake O, $1.99. Will you talk about Katy Perry killing a nun? I don't think that was true, right? She just bought their house.
I'm Googling this. I looked that up.
She tried to buy a house.
She tried to buy a convent.
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 Nuns?
Convents. Oh, those are witches.
That's
Right.
Witches, nuns.
Wait, you get them confused.
One of the nuns was like 89, and like in the courthouse, she collapsed and died.
Well, because it was probably because Katy Perry
Is a witch.
Is beautiful.
God smote her.
Yeah, she had impure thoughts.
Yeah, she did a little.
She had impure thoughts about Katy Perry, and
Yeah.
that's when she knew her time was up. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Joel, what did you do this weekend? You know, we like to keep things casual here, talk about our weekends. Let's talk about Daylight Save. Big Shot, $53, $2. Weekend at Bernie's 2 is a classic.
I did nothing this. I wanted to do stuff this weekend, and we ended up doing nothing.
Yeah, well,
Like
it was
nothing.
rainy here in Los Angeles. It was a bit of rainy weather.
So Saturday, it was a day of video games. I only play video games all day long. I
Good.
switched back and forth between Overwatch and Rise and Fall. My competitive season started off real well, and it has since gone very poorly.
Yeah, I had a real bad string the other night of Overwatch competitive, and it was unique though because I squatted up with Nerdist's own Dan Casey.
Oh, I love that
The
guy.
nicest man in the world. Always a smile on his face, a pep in his step,
Oh,
and
dear.
something nice to say about everyone.
And
even he started getting audibly a little upset
with your teammates or with you?
with the people that weren't on our team.
Yeah, you're the people you were matched with.
Because they were just like none of them would like budge on filling, and but they would make fun of us for not like, hey, why don't you play a fucking healer? And
Yeah.
it's just like, I am. I'm just not doing.
So
that.
where did your rank fall to?
I'm still gold.
Gold.
But I'm going down.
Like 21s to.
I was this close to platinum on my placements, which I was platinum last season, and now I'm working my way down. How's competitive Far Cry, Elliot?
The only enemy is myself. And
I watched for a bit last night, and it seems very frustrating.
well, so like no, that the game's mostly fun. That part, I was doing the whole open world thing where
There's some feedback apparently. Someone's audio is coming off of a computer in there.
Yeah, turn it down. That's a technical.
I'm gonna go talk to them.
Solution
You
to
talk
that
about
problem.
Far Cry.
Oh God.
I mean, the game came out 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
Well, are you prepping for Far Cry 5? Is that the deal?
No, I mean yes. At this
Sorry,
point,
chat.
I just
We're
bought it.
planning
I bought Far Cry
for the
3 on
charity
sale
stream.
a few months back.
I did.
Yeah, I did the
How
whole.
many games do you have that you? I'm interrupting you. This is my podcast.
go ahead.
This is my interview
Go
podcast
ahead.
now. How many
Yes.
games do you own that you have not played?
Oh, so many?
Yeah. So how many games do you think I own on Steam right now?
Yeah, I'd put it around 200.
You guys are off by a factor of 10.
Really?
1,000 games?
No, that would be a factor of 5 positive. I own like 25 games on
that's it?
Steam.
Oh.
Because I realized that everyone falls in this trap of buying games they don't play. When did you buy Far Cry?
6 months ago?
And you're just now playing it.
Yeah.
So I just finally subscribed to the Humble monthly bundle, which I looked at it for 3 months and was like, would I get value out of these 3 months for $12 a month? And I was like, yes. So I bought it this month, and it comes with Mafia 2 or 3 or something.
Oh.
and,
Not interested.
And Dark Souls. So that was the one that I got into. There's another one called God Eater, and then Deus Ex.
Yeah.
The latest
Human
one is in-
Revolution.
yeah. And then there's a bunch of indie games in it as well. But I played Dark Souls for 9 hours yesterday, and it tested my patience.
Did
How
you
many
love it?
souls did you lose?
Oh, I died. I think the death meter was at like 56 or 57 by the time I ended.
In 9 hours? That's not so bad.
Yeah, I did get help from the community. It was basically Twitch plays Dark Souls.
Oof.
And a lot of people were trolling and getting me into bad situations. They're like, go kill this guy. And it turns out that he would have leveled your character like 5 levels, but I murdered him instead. Yes. So
Bummer.
it was a bummer, but it was fun. Saturday I went for a little hike. up in the Angeles National Forest because it was pouring down rain and I knew no one would be there.
Did you go solo?
Went solo. It was actually quite...
You went into the suicide forest?
No, there was no bodies.
Oh.
Nor did I take pictures of anyone.
In a Pikachu hat.
I took pictures of myself.
Was it misty and gorgeous?
It was beautiful.
Yeah, I need to do that next time it rains. It's going to rain all week this week starting tomorrow.
Good. I like it. But we'll get to the super chats that we got, and thank you very much. We just saw that. But I love this daily. Okay, the fact that we lose an hour is not good.
That's the only part that sucks.
If we could just we have the technology.
Florida's doing it.
Good. Arizona's been doing it for like 10 years.
But yeah, just tweak the clocks as it goes. Like if it's like, oh, we need to adjust the time. Everyone's got the iPhones and stuff like that. Just have a world clock that is set correctly.
You've had a lot of dumb ideas.
This is not one of them. I will say I like the light being out later.
I do too. I do too.
Do you hear about like half the clocks in Europe being slightly slower because the voltage coming out of the power plants was wrong? So it was like I guess even digital clocks are still like controlled by voltage.
Yeah.
This sounds apocryphal. I don't think.
No, this is like a recent thing. It was like there's just these two power plants in like Bosnia Herzegovina, but it was like it's big over like the last year. It's just like it made people's home clocks like just 6 minutes slower.
But nobody uses home clocks anymore. Everyone uses iPhones.
A spat between Serbia and Kosovo made your clock run slow.
Yeah, I mean it was just wall clocks and microwave clocks, but people were just like, I thought I was losing my damn mind.
Yeah.
My clock kept going off.
My fiance does the most dangerous thing. Most people they set their clocks a little fast so you get to places on time. Her clock it runs permanently like 10 minutes slow. I'm like,
why?
What are you doing?
What possible purpose would that be?
What's the?
I have no idea.
I like thinking I have more time than I actually have.
Yeah.
I like feeling relaxed.
Speaking of voltage, Alto Voltage.
Whoa.
Super chat, $5. If you could prank a celebrity, Punk style, who would you prank and how would it go down? I would prank Michael Shannon by approaching him with documentation of our actual lineage, proving that he is the father.
Oh, that's exciting. And how would he react? With
Hopefully
pride?
Hopefully with a buyout.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Buy my silence.
One of those Stormy Daniel agreements.
She's going to give that money back. She's trying to. Did you see that this morning?
Yeah.
She's trying to give the money back so she can talk, which it's been played perfectly.
She already recorded a 60 Minutes interview that's ready to go live
Yeah.
as soon as something goes down.
There was the most insane coverage, and there's things that CNN does that I like the documentaries of the 90s and all that shit is entertaining. They sent 2 reporters this weekend down to, I think it was Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where Stormy Daniels was dancing. And they, for the news, watched the performance
Yeah.
and then interviewed her afterwards. It was...
Was it presidential in nature?
I don't think so, because you can't really use the presidential seal, even though, you know...
You come out in an Uncle Sam hat and like nude and a goatee. I think it would be real sexy.
That's my fetish.
Pornhub came out and said that the searches have exploded for Stormy Daniels.
It's been great for her.
She's doing great.
Yeah.
But the way that it was handled is just so perfect because there's no way to even if he accepted the money, it's already out there. If he denied the money, it's already out there. It's already out there.
Also, he apparently didn't sign. If he had signed, it would have been under an alias. Also, he has talked about it in public, which voids the terms of the NDA that they both signed.
It's a mess.
Do your super chats. Do the super chats.
Braden Boulanger, big Overwatch news. XQC is gone.
Yeah.
And I was going to get to that, but we can talk about it now.
Yeah. Turns out when you're a garbage person,
You shouldn't be that.
it's bad it's bad optics.
It wasn't just him that got fined this weekend. He got kicked off the team, though, because he was spamming the try-hard emote, and specifically just by happenstance.
How is it racist?
When Malik was on screen.
What do you mean?
Friend of the show,
I
Malik.
just like the emote.
And then a coach was fined for posting a meme on Twitter making fun of Hiroshima getting bombed.
You know what's incredible is that it was a week ago, Blizzard specifically said something along the lines of look, we are going to take our the league agreements that everyone signed really seriously.
Yeah.
We are going to be looking at this stuff.
I'll get to you,
And
Jake.
then literally this week, there was even more stupidity.
They fired a bunch of their Twitch mods as well for questionable.
Oh yeah,
modding.
spamming nudes from someone. Yeah.
I mean,
Cool.
they they're doing everything they got to do.
Oh,
Like,
explain.
have this taken seriously.
Some people XQC is.
He was a player for the Dallas Fuel, and he was a tank main, I believe.
Ethelite.
Yeah, he's an ethelite. Jake O, $1.99. Congratulations on the engagement, Elliot.
Those were lovely photos.
Yeah.
So I was tweeting back and forth with your fiance, complimenting her on the photos, and she said that our friend Jess Kovic took the pictures. She took our engagement photos too, and I wanted to be
it's
like
a great racket she's got.
I was gonna fly her out to Japan, but it was too expensive.
And I wanted to tweet like, oh, she does amazing work, and like show some of ours. But then I had this internal debate of like, oh, is that like weirdly taking Elliot's attention away? Should I not tweet those pictures?
I wouldn't have given a shit, but I
ended up on the yes side. I ended up on the like, it might be taking attention away.
Just let them have their moment, Joel.
Well, I know, but I wanted to compliment Jess.
And you did. And you did.
Well, I know. I just want to tell you what my brain processes.
Why don't you do it in a week or so?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have cared, but I also, and luckily my fiance feels the same way. We don't. I mean, we're excited to get married, but the whole marriage industry weirds us both out quite a bit.
My biggest question was how you got your dogs to sit still in a pose for that long.
Well, we actually composited two
really?
photos together.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
We had to.
Yeah.
There was never a single shot where they were both.
It was really cute.
Looking good.
Trackstar 48642, $2. Hello from your 1% demographic, a black female.
Oh wow, yeah.
Thank you
You're
very much, Trackstar.
You're a unicorn.
Yes. Sauron back with $100. $100, and I checked. He didn't ask for a refund the last time.
Wow.
So
yeah, that's a good point.
I was like, you know what?
What's he say?
I was like, I should probably check and see if these big donations are
actually going through.
Yeah. Sauron, thank you again so much.
Yeah.
For the $100.
You just earned 100 more shares of ETC stock.
Yes. Print it out. Just like this channel, Black Panther has my seal of approval. I always enjoy seeing other Dark Lords making their mark on the world. All right, Sauron. Well, nobody said that Sauron was perfect.
No, he's not racist. He is one of the only lords of Middle-earth to have a multiracial army. He's got humans, orcs, trolls, Balrogs.
Mm-hmm. Why does everyone hate orcs? Why not give the orcs a chance, you know?
The only dwarf...
Why do orcs must die?
Yeah.
The only dwarfs in Minas Tirith's army is Gimli.
Okay.
So I'm saying the men are racist.
Yeah.
But Dark Lord Sauron is not.
Yeah.
The elves are basically just like waspy white people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real soy boys.
Yeah. Legolas definitely on an all-soy diet.
Justin Krazalek, $5. I'll give you $5 to shut the fuck up for 5 seconds and just stare into the camera. You're welcome, D-bags. Tony Silva is $20. Hey, y'all, good morning. Hope all is well. Congrats again, Elliot and Joel. How you been? Where are you working at now? Ricky, you go to any Overwatch leagues last week? If so, what you think? Yeah, I went to the Valiant versus the LA Gladiators, and it was bad because the Valiant got swept, but then they won against Houston the next day in a sweep. Joel, where are you working at these days?
I'm here in this office contracting for Machinima.
There you go. JC Garcia, $5. Hey, everyone, excited about Ready Player One. Positive reactions. Got my tickets for 4DX. I always laugh at 4DX tickets. If you're gonna, might as well.
Is that the seat that rumbles?
Oh,
it's more than
there
that.
There are like 19 different. There's wetness, smoke, vibration,
smell-o-vision.
Why? Why?
Strobes.
Why?
Because Joel, you're only getting 2 dimensions.
Why?
When you watch a normal movie, this one you're getting 4 dimensions.
My expectations of this movie are so low that I am, first of all, shocked with the reviews coming out of South by Southwest.
And we're going to get to that next.
All right.
No, keep going.
No, I mean...
I got to pull it up. You got to waste time.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of people whose opinions I trust are saying nice things about it.
Do you have more super chats before we get into this?
No, okay, well, yeah, we do. Sergio M, $5. Remember when you guys used to do podcasts? What happened to those? Hey, good news.
Funny you say that. We just did I guess it's a podcast. We interviewed Junkie XL. The video's up on the channel.
This is basically a podcast.
Yeah, this became what the podcast was basically. Yes, that is true.
Sauron tacking on $2 more.
Thank you, Joel from Sauron.
I got you.
But yes, please go watch our interview with Junkie XL. It is fantastic.
Yeah.
We had a blast talking to him, and he
great
is
guy.
Great
Very
guy.
interesting fellow.
And if you have any interest in music, production, or scoring films, or cooking, you're gonna like.
Yeah, he got more excited to talk about cooking than he did about
almost anything
his
else.
career as a film composer.
He loves cooking. And I watched the video. It's great.
Yeah.
He has a video up where he cooks carbonara.
Did you tour his kitchen as well as his...
No,
I wish you had.
Poddington, 10 pounds. Sold my stock in Tidal to buy shares of ETC.
Call him Poundington.
Good luck on the 15th of March, Elliot. Don't fuck it up. What's the 15th?
Oh, I'm playing in the Schmodown.
Oh, yeah. The Ides of March.
Yeah, I should know that.
If your name is Steve or Bob, you probably owe me money, says Justin Kreslak. All right, so let's get to the reactions for Ready Player One. Now, they screened it at South by Southwest. So, before we get into this...
was there.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
Before we get into this, and like I said, I'm excited for the movie. I've stayed completely silent on the weird hate train online because people have been worked up about nostalgia bait, reboots, rehashes for a long time, and this kind of seems like the pinnacle of what that is. But I've steered clear of it because I did enjoy the book. I think that it is not the greatest book ever. I think that there's a lot of like ham-fisted stuff in there, but like I enjoyed the book as a nice little romp, so I'm excited for the movie. But having said that, when you are screening it at a festival like South by Southwest, you're going to get a lot of positive reaction because there's electricity in the air. Spielberg's there. You're the first to see it.
Also,
Everyone
it's a self-selecting audience of people who love that shit.
For the most part, want to go see it. But having said that, a lot of people that we trust in the industry saw it and have had great things to say about it. So
Well, Spielberg is the perfect choice to direct a movie like that because he has such a gift at taking an idea, like you look at like a movie like E.T.
Yeah.
Like it has no right to be as like heartwarming as it is. He's really good at making relatable characters.
He does his best work and most of his work, but his best work when he's making adventure films for the ages of 8 to
80.
Yeah, he's a Monopoly game. It's fun for the whole family.
Yeah, so I mean, like I think he'll probably make the movie better than the book.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a side note. I discovered this over the weekend. So you know Ernest Cline, the author of Ready Player One. You know the r/nice guys subreddit on
yes, of
Reddit?
Course. We all do.
Apparently on his
we're all nice guys.
Yeah.
Back in like the year like 2002 on Ernest Cline's blog, on like LiveJournal or something, he posted this poem, which I will now read in its entirety. I've noticed that there don't seem to be any porno movies that are made for guys like me. All the porn I've come across was targeted at beer-swilling, sports bar-dwelling alpha males, men who like their women stupid and submissive, men who can only get it up for monosyllabic, cock-hungry nymphos, with gargantuan breasts and a 3-word vocabulary. Adult films are populated with these collagen-injected, liposuctioned women, many of whom have resorted to surgery and self-mutilation in an attempt to look the way they have been told to look. These aren't real women, they're objects. And these movies aren't erotic, they're pathetic. These vacuum-headed fuck bunnies don't turn me on, they disgust me. And it's not that I'm against pornography, I mean, I'm a guy, and guys need porn. Fact. Like a preacher needs pain, like a needle needs a vein, guys need porn. But I don't want to watch the misogynistic He-Man woman-hater porn. I want porno movies that are made with guys like me in mind. Guys who know the sexiest thing in the world is a woman who's smarter than you are.
Oh my God, this goes on for so long.
You can have the whole cheerleader squad. I want the girl in tweed skirt and the horn-rimmed glasses. Betty Finnebowski, the valedictorian. Oh yes. First, I want a copy of her trig homework, and then I want to make mad, passionate love to her for hours and hours until she reluctantly asks if we can stop because she doesn't want to miss Battlestar Galactica. Summa cum loud, baby. That's what I call erotic. But do you ever see a kind?
This is still going.
But do you ever see that kind of woman?
It's a novel.
Do you ever see that kind of woman in a contemporary adult film? No, which is why I'm going to start writing and directing geek porno. I shall be the quintessential nerd porn auteur. And the woman in my porno movies will be the kind that drive nerds like me mad with desire. I'm talking about the girls that used to fuck up the grading curve. The girls in the Latin Club and the National Honor Society. Chicks with weird clothes, braces, 4 eyes, and 4.0 GPAs. Brainy, articulate bookworms with Mensa cards in their purses and chips on their shoulders. My porn starlets will come in all shapes and sizes. My porn starlets will be too busy working on their PhD to go to the gym. I'm Ernest Cline. And I sold my book rights for $100 million.
Holy shit.
Well, luckily for him, the SpongeBob SquarePants porno came out.
Yeah. So that's Ernest Cline.
That's so. Anyways, let's first we have some super chats, and then we'll get into the reactions.
Shit.
JC Garcia, $2. Snap, snap, snap. Debo Molina. Oh gosh, not the nerd auteur porn poem.
It's a known thing.
Diva Molina, I'm calling the cops.
It's a well-known subgenre.
Silky, $25. Starting to make a goal of mine to donate my favorite creators each paycheck. Found about you guys when I got grounded a few years back and stuck around ever since. Keep up the good work. And hi, Joel.
Hi.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you, parents.
Friend of the show and friend of ours, who we definitely trust, Eric Vespi, who now works for Rooster Teeth. He tweeted, "So yeah, I loved Ready Player One. It's perhaps the geekiest movie ever made. So happy right now."
Somewhere Edgar Wright is crying a single tear.
Maybe. Oh, because of Scott Pilgrim. It's a great.
No longer the geekiest movie ever made.
I mean, that's a great movie. We all know that. Ready Player One. This is Meredith Borders. Ready Player One is full of giant dorky heart. I both want to hug it and give it a noogie. Eric Davis. Ready Player One is classic Steven Spielberg. It's got the references, the ferocious effects, and the great '80s soundtrack, sure, but also the charm, the heart, the humor, and a fantastic Alan Silvestri score. I loved it, and so did this South by Southwest crowd. Be excited for it.
I've heard a bunch of people talk about how good the Silvestri score is for this one. I will make a determination if it's good or not if I can remember the theme 48 hours later.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I wish they had gone with a different Alan Menken.
Yes. It's Ready Player One. It's time to play the games. Let's get to the games. Oh wait, it's virtual reality.
Virtual reality.
You go inside the game. It's totally fun. Now
See,
you're
people
the
you
character.
know and people you love. There's Iron Giant. Let's get him. And there's Tracer over there, and she's the best.
We don't know why Ryu's driving a car, but it's cool because the movie looks nice.
They put numbers in their names because they're super future boys.
Wow.
That's how we think Alan Menken writes songs, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
Wow.
He just, gets something going in his head, and he gets his toes tapping, and that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Be my guest, just put on this haptic vest.
Look at this game. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my loot box is complete?
I'm genuinely so. I'm gonna pull a LA asshole thing here, and Machinima's doing a screening because we're doing like an event later this month, and they asked me if I wanted to go, so I'm gonna go. I'm glad I don't have to pay to go see this movie. Okay. I don't think I would have paid to go see this movie.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna pay to go.
I don't know.
I'm gonna see it in 4DX.
I don't know if I can support what is going on here. My expectations are really low, and hopefully I will enjoy it more because of that. For example, my expectations on Bright were so low. I thought it was going to be such terrible garbage that I was kind of surprised by how like mediocre it was as opposed to being just flaming turd.
That's how Batman v Superman was for me.
Not
saying it's a good movie, but the bar got lowered so low by the time I saw it, I was like, I mean.
No, I still felt like that was like a flaming turd. I felt like that about Justice League, though. I was like, oh, I like
See, Justice League, I just felt nothing. It was a very weird experience of just like having something happen in front of me.
I can show you the virtual world.
It's a lot of syllables in there, Rick.
I'm working on it, though. Ready Player One, the musical, coming soon. You got an important email?
I got an important text message.
You want to take it?
It's from my wife.
Oh. Beatrice Verhoeven. I didn't think I would like Ready Player One, but I liked it a whole lot. I think people cheered and laughed every 2 minutes, and dang, this film was entertaining. So many references, I can't wait for everyone to see it so we can all talk about it. Ready Player One is basically the opposite of The Post. Okay. It's big, fun, and ridiculous, and feels like Spielberg is having a great time playing with pop culture.
I get why he says that, because they're both the two most recent Spielberg movies, but I don't think that they're comparable.
Friend of the show, Alicia Malone.
Yeah, she
Mixed
liked
review.
it.
Mixed review. Ready Player One. The South by Southwest crowd ate it up. The pop culture references are a lot of fun. Geeky glee to see everything together on the big screen. I just wanted more of the real world and more character backstory. I definitely recommend reading the book first.
Ew. I don't want to read
Ready
that
Player
book at
One
all.
feels like Spielberg watched a ton of Luc Besson movies and decided to outdo them. In terms of pure spectacle, it's the most astonishing thing he's done. Never underestimate Steve. And then there was a very few negative reviews, but there was one from an alumnus.
And alumnus.
Named Chris Gore, who did a show called Craft Holes. Chris Gore said, the bad narration, a narrative crutch, in Intro doesn't work. Might have been in better hands with an indie director who focused on human story and class disparity, which is better explored in the book. But there are a ton of references. Overall, feels dated. So.
Yeah, I mean, look, the difference between, for me, nostalgia porn, which this seems like nostalgia porn, and something that like brings in a lot of influences and creates new artwork based off of that is Stranger Things. Like Stranger Things, a lot of people accuse that of being nostalgia porn, but to me, it brings like lots of influences, almost like an artist would, and creates something new based on that, or a recreation of a type of thing that never really existed because it is a pastiche. I appreciate that. This just looks like they're just throwing shit at your face.
Apparently, it comes together quite well
Apparently.
from what I'm reading, I mean, I think the general community online was also like not worried about it, but just like, what the fuck is this? Come on. And it seems like it's competent in what it's doing.
What do you want to see Steven Spielberg do?
I don't really know anymore.
Bring back Tiny Toon Adventures.
Yes. We can all agree on that.
They're bringing back Animaniacs, baby.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So
I don't know what I would want him to do next either. Like, I like his serious movies. I like his fun movies. I think Jurassic Park has gone off the rails, and I don't necessarily want him to return to that and direct it, but I think he needs to have a more active hand in like remembering why that first one was so good.
I think this next one's gonna do well, but I basically have no interest in seeing it at all.
I know. It looks so
It could
dumb.
be great. It could be great, but it is not really selling me on like getting me out and getting me in the theater.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I'm excited for Ready Player One now. I was cautiously optimistic. I was going to get a ticket anyway. I read the book. I liked it. So I was excited for the movie.
Are you seeing it in 4DX?
I understand like the hate that it's been getting over like the posters and stuff like that. But I don't understand.
Those posters were terrible.
They were really bad.
But here's the thing. People reacted to the posters in this movie in general in a way that I haven't seen since like the Ghostbusters reboot, where it's like people are actually getting, like I picture them physically angry at the existence of this film.
First of all, I liked the Ghostbusters reboot.
I thought it was, I'm not going to say great, I
thought it was
liked
funny
it.
and fun.
I liked it.
It was a ghost. It's four people fighting ghosts. Like, what do you want? Second,
I thought it was pretty funny
The
too.
reason the posters are so bad is not because they're referencing other posters. I wouldn't have as much problem with that. They're just really poorly executed.
Yeah.
The artwork.
Well, they had to do
is
so many.
shitty.
They looked like fan submitted.
They look like fan submitted posters from like a middle school art project. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They were bad photoshops.
We did a couple super chats.
Oh, we got super chats.
Before we get into
Super chat.
that.
What's this?
OJ did it. Are you guys, also, you guys like Vampire Weekend? Favorite songs, albums from them? I mean, I've heard them.
I've seen them live a couple times and they're very entertaining. But
Yeah.
I don't really remember.
I liked them when everyone liked
we haven't
them.
done
I
that one
don't
yet?
keep up with what they do now. I'll be honest.
I saw them at Lollapalooza one year, and I thought it to be quite tolerable.
I liked how musical they were.
Yeah.
Their name is terrible.
Yeah, terrible name.
It's a terrible name. When I first, because I was working for a music company at the time that did interviews, and I heard we were interviewing, doing like an interview with this band, Vampire Weekend. I totally expected them to look like the Black Veil Brides. No, like I totally expected them to look like to just be like screamo, like goth, and I was like, oh, it's just an indie band. The name is terrible.
Well, Twilight was really hot in the late early
yes.
2000s.
So OJ did it.
Well, so what I don't understand, and I still haven't gotten much of an explanation on this, is why did they, so they recorded this footage in 2006. Why did they wait 12 years to
don't know.
do anything
So
with it?
what show was this on?
This was
And
special
set
called,
this up. You can't just
It
assume.
was on a show called #Did OJ Do It?
No, it was O.J. Simpson, The Lost Confession, ? And it was an interview from 12 years ago, and it's about the book, If I Did It, Here's How.
Right.
But in his rambling and explaining, he stops talking in hypotheticals and literally runs through exactly what he did.
Right.
Where he's like, I remember very clearly that he passed me the knife, and it's like I looked down and my glove wasn't on my hand, and then they showed the glove in court, and I was like, oh yeah, that's where the glove went. It was basically like that isn't the exact quote, but it's basically him just like literally telling what happened.
Right.
It's weird that it just took this long to appear. Obviously, he was found innocent, but not in the financial.
He was found not guilty in criminal court, but that mostly really just came down to the LAPD at that time being
racist and
fucking
incompetent.
racist and corrupt and just completely unreliable as a law enforcement.
Yeah.
It was like the perfect storm of just things that could go wrong.
Like the guy that found the glove.
Yeah,
had
the
him on
lead
tape,
detective was like a white supremacist, and that made pretty much
Well,
anything.
just because you collect Nazi memorabilia doesn't make.
and are on tape saying the N-word. I
Right.
mean,
Oh, now anyone who collects Nazi memorabilia is a Nazi?
Says the N-word.
anyway, so in the reporting here, $5 from Lamont Calhoun. Here's my investment in Big Dick Toilets, best product ever. Simpson starts by talking about his friend Charlie, whom he says for some reason went to Nicole's to snoop around. He says that Charlie came over to Simpson's home, told him what was going on, and Simpson responded, "Whatever is going on, it's got to stop." Simpson says, hypothetically, he and Charlie drove to Nicole's with a cap, gloves, and a knife under the seat and parked in the alley. Simpson says he walked around to the property. Ron Goldman appeared, saying he was at the restaurant where Nicole dined and was returning sunglasses her mom left behind, which is literally how the story goes.
Yeah.
Simpson says he got angry at Ron, presumably thinking he was there on a date with Nicole, and started screaming at him. Nicole came out, things got heated. She told OJ to get the fuck off her property, and then says Nicole fell and hurt herself. In fact, he swung the knife at her and hit her in the face with the blunt end. Simpson loses the hypothetical and starts talking very clearly, undeniably in first person, saying Ron got in a karate stance. And then OJ responded, "You think you can kick my ass?" He says, "I remember I grabbed the knife." And then he checks
It goes
himself
from there.
and says, yeah, he's like,
Here's what I want to know, honestly. Why the fuck are we talking about this?
I have no idea, because it for some reason it got rehashed.
Because
last
Fox, it was Fox, right?
night. Yeah.
Because Fox wanted
to talk about it.
Like, yeah, you don't just misplace
12 years
12 years of footage.
Yeah.
Like, there's.
I just mean why are we as America still obsessed with this fucking
Because he got released.
case?
He got released last year.
Yeah,
He's out on the lam now.
He is.
He's not in the lamb. Lamb would imply that he escaped
He escaped, Joel.
justice.
He escaped
That's
justice.
the second high
Now he's
five
in
this-
Florida, the only state that can't
Take his property.
take his property. Yeah.
July apotheosis at the hospital watching mother after she had a stroke. You better make me laugh. Whip. Well, thank you very much for watching. Sorry to hear about that. I hope
Hope
you
your
guys have a
mother
full
recovers. You better make him laugh, though.
Make them laugh.
Are you gonna do a
Make
flip
'em
off the wall?
laugh. No, but apparently that scene almost killed him.
He got to do it a lot.
Yeah. Steve Daly, $5. Hey guys, big fan. Ricky, always been curious why you decided to become a Clipper fan in the city that's so dominated by the Lakers. Because when I first moved here, I had zero money, but Clippers tickets were very cheap.
Yeah, they
and it
were
was
like-
something to do, and I had a friend that
Yeah.
went, so it was like $5.
I was
going
gonna say they were super cheap.
Yeah, so I went and saw the Clippers a couple times, and a couple years later they signed Blake Griffin and Chris Paul, and now they completely fell apart.
Imagine if you had imagine if you had gotten season tickets back then for the Clippers.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah, like just perpetual.
Is
Billy,
it like-
Billy Crystal style.
Are the season tickets rent controlled?
I believe that you get locked into a price. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why a bunch of our friends they bought season tickets to the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the hopes that they will be worth lots of money someday, and in the meantime they get to go. It's just like cryptocurrency. Big Chav 53. Any update
Yeah.
on the Patreon? It is set and ready to go. We just haven't hit publish yet because Joel's holding us up.
Yep, it's me. It's me. I'm the slow boy.
The Joel troll is waiting for his
In
toll.
the toll hole. Dylan Chance, our
Let's.
lovely producer back there, would you cue up the Pacific Rim trailer as well as the sponsored message thing, and let me know when those are rolling, because we have a sponsor, and it is Pacific Rim. You saw it at the beginning of the episode, and thank you so much, Pacific Rim, for sponsoring this. Dylan, let me know when it's rolling, and I will read this. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Pacific Rim Uprising is in theaters, real 3D, and IMAX on March 23rd, when Mako's long-lost surrogate brother and Stacker's estranged son, Jake Pentecost, played by John Boyega, is arrested by the PPDC while operating a rogue Jaeger. She sees this as an opportunity to bring him back to the Shattered Dome that he once ran away from when he was just a cadet. She wants him to help train the next generation of Jaeger pilots, including 15-year-old Amara Namani, a streetwise Jaeger hacker who is also orphaned by the Kaiju War, and that will be his first recruit. In the midst of training, the new recruits find that the Kaiju are attempting to return. The beasts have evolved and are now even more dangerous than they had been 10 years before. Unforeseen circumstances now force the new recruits into battle, bringing them head-to-head with this deadly threat, perhaps before they are ready. Thank you so much, Pacific Rim, for sponsoring this live show and the content throughout this week and keeping the channel alive. Thank you so much. Pacific Rim Uprising is in theaters, Real D, 3D, and IMAX on March 23rd. And I loved the first one.
Me too.
So I'm excited for this.
I am too. I'll go see it. You want to go see it together?
Maybe.
No 40X though?
What the hell?
No 40X.
Wait,
you know what I'd like to see in 40X?
Wait.
Searching for Bobby Fischer.
No, go back to this maybe. Why maybe? Why wouldn't you want to go see Pacific Rim Uprising with your good friend Joel Rubin?
On March 23rd? Well, I don't know. Are there tickets available? It seems like a pretty hot movie. They're probably sold out. Yes, I'd go with you.
All right. Dan doesn't want to go, so I'm rolling solo to that one.
Just checking. Did you get my 4D chess joke? Great.
There's a money fight happening in the
Oh,
chat.
shit, we missed
Clippers
that.
versus Lakers.
Oh, Clippers versus Lakers money fight. Go Clippers, $10 from Fernando Zambrano. Thank you very much, Fernando. Tony Silva's, go Lakers. Let's be honest, Lakers run the city.
Well, the Lakers are better unless a Clipper fan donates $30.
Well, and then Nick San25 donated $5 and has a Lakers logo.
Oh.
Have you guys seen the trailer for Sorry to Bother You? Looks really interesting and different. Yes, I have that queued up.
I have not seen it.
I haven't seen it
We
yet
can
either.
watch that all together in just a second.
Who's excited for the new Harry Potter trailer that's coming out tomorrow?
Wait,
The
what?
Fantastic Beasts?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I liked the first one. Is there anything wrong with that, Joel?
No, I'm gonna go
Before
see
we
it.
get into trailers, we're going to get to some questions that people submitted to our Twitter account at ETC Show. Thank you very much for submitting those questions. Time for Twitter questions.
Okay.
But again, thanks Pacific Rim Uprising for that sponsorship. Make sure you get your tickets. Starting off with a question from @Miss Wichita. Since now both Elliot and Ricky are engaged, how many times have you got the "Are you engaged to each other?" and the "When are you having your first baby?" questions? Congrats again to both.
Only on Twitter from you assholes.
Yeah.
And only over the last 3 days.
I tweeted not because the people have shipped us before. That's the term, right?
Yep.
Where you get shipped.
Yep, relationship.
People have shipped us before, and so I put on the tweet. I was like, "Not to each other, you weirdos." And then a bunch of people were like, "Why would that be weird?" I'm like, "Well,
Not that there's
no,
anything wrong with it.
It wouldn't be weird, but it is weird that we've had fans who have had fan fiction about us dating or making love."
Totally not talking about this. I watched a lot of comedians in cars getting coffee this weekend on Netflix, and
Not sponsored by. They didn't sponsor the show. Don't watch it.
No, and Jerry Seinfeld's weirdly finds just the concept of being gay funny. Like he makes a lot of gay jokes. It's really weird. Like how kind of weirdly obsessed about it is. And then you go back and watch some of those episodes of Seinfeld, and they're still very funny, and I still love Seinfeld. But a lot of them are just a little borderline. We don't think the way that you.
It was the '90s.
It
Joel.
was the '90s.
We're gonna get some Dancing Brandon on Thursday. The live stream's on Friday. To get to that, we're doing a charity live stream on Friday. I believe it's from 2 to 10 o'clock, 8 hours straight of live streaming. We're gonna do custom Fortnite servers so people can join us, especially now with cross-platform play. They announced it for Xbox and PC, and PS4 and PC, but not Xbox and PS4. So we're gonna try to get another Fortnite custom server and do a bunch of those games. We might be doing some VR stuff, trying to defuse some bombs. We are also going to be doing party games like Jackbox, where you can vote on the winners, and of course some board games where hopefully Joel will make an appearance with some Catan.
It's on Friday?
It's on Friday.
We'll see.
We'll see. So
Then
that's
we
me
gotta
on Friday.
immediately go to a birthday party.
Oh, great. That'll go over really well.
Do some
I'll
more
be very
questions, because
tired.
I interrupted your question stuff.
No, it's fine. And then, go to ETC Party Time is the channel that we're going to be hosting the live stream on, as well as our Twitch. If you're already on Twitch, we see you over there. Anurag, Poles, Ian, Big Chav, Ent Famous, Candy Fishes, Selena Mollis. Thank you guys for watching over on Twitch. So we're raising money to benefit the American Cancer Society. Very good cause. So there you
cancer.
go.
This is to stop cancer, not to help cancer.
Stopping cancer, fighting cancer. ETC fights cancer.
Oh.
Someone was like, "Hey, you guys shit on Patreon a lot," and we said before, and we're not going to go any further than this, but we would only ever get a Patreon if we really needed it.
Yeah. So, infer.
Anna Marvello, $5. If this channel dies, my life will lose all meaning. I live for WWN Weekly Weird News. Will you guys eat more spicy jerky? I am not putting it. I'm not going to do it right away, but it was good jerky. Hopefully.
Nah.
What was worse, spicy jerky or the bitter pet spray?
The jerky ruined my day.
Yes.
It was like a parasite
Did you have like
going through my body.
Did you have like hot shits?
Well, here's the thing. Me and Ricky, we both have bidet households, so they actually not that bad.
Keeps your tushy nice and cold.
But when it comes out, it's like it's a mucus membrane.
Sure,
Isn't
but
it?
you shoot enough water up
you
there.
spray enough water on the undercarriage
okay.
and it fixes it.
Yeah, water and oil.
Plus, with a
spice
big
oil.
dick toilet, you got a lot more room to fill it up. Let's see. Ian Dominguez at Dova Beats was proposing to your fiancés one of the scariest things you've ever done.
I mean, I didn't really propose. We just sort of talked about getting married for like an entire year, and then got drunk, and then we're like, "What if we just got married?" Yeah.
So you didn't
And
actually
then
propose?
It's so transgressive.
And then we went on the Los Angeles website and ordered a marriage license, and then the next morning, like, oh shit, we got to go pick that up this week.
Wait, so you're already married?
No.
No, you just get
Pick
the
up
license.
the license.
Yeah.
And then you have 90 days to
Do
get
you know?
married.
Do you know how to?
Wait, so you're getting married in less than 90 days?
I'm getting married next month.
Justice of the peace, or are you gonna get a friend to do it?
We were gonna do Justice of the Peace, but then it's.
Did
Chachi does it.
your
This is
family
a-
freak out
Chachi
about it?
does-
No,
great.
we have a friend
Okay.
who does it, who's gonna do it. The whole thing is just like we originally were just like, okay, and then let's just go do it and not tell anyone until it's already done.
I'm gonna
and it's
gr-
just like, oh well, we should probably have like parents and grandparents there, and then it's like spiraling, and it's like already it's almost at like $1,000 now. I'm just like, we're getting farther and farther away from the original goal
Well,
here.
if you, maybe I can get you a deal on Travis's venue.
Well, so like we're gonna get married. No, like we're gonna get married next month, but like
I'm saying for the reception or whatever.
yeah, that'll be like next year or
okay.
like in a while. But yeah, I was thinking about.
I'm an
that.
ordained minister of the Church of the Subgenius.
Jesus Christ. We have our charity's now for the Human Fund.
Not fuck cancer.
No. Debo says, congrats, Elliot. Anna Marvello, congrats, $10.
Thank you,
John
thank you.
Felipe, finally cut a live show, $10. Thanks for keeping my attention these past few years. Don't let me down with these next ones. We'll try not to. Were you nervous, Joel, when you proposed?
No, I knew I was going to do it. We went on a trip, and I just did it at the very beginning of the trip because I wanted the rest of the trip to be like a lot of
a
fun.
gamble.
It was the best event. It was the best advice I got, and it was awesome. Like it was.
I made the trip terrible.
It was a little bit nervous, but it was like once it was done, I was like, yeah, of course, obviously. Did you get down on a knee?
Yeah,
Did you do the
yeah,
knee thing?
yeah.
Yeah, and he hired a creepy Japanese man to shoot him with a long lens.
Yeah.
It is
The whole
creepy.
thing.
I didn't do the knee, and I did the typical Joel over explanation of like, I feel like it's weird if I get down on one knee. I don't
Did
know.
you dance?
No, we
Did you
danced
put her
at
on a
some
chair
point
and,
that
and
weekend.
just hang her over
Did you bow?
Yeah. Did you smash a glass?
I slapped her with both ways with a glove and asked her to defend her honor in the
And she did.
ancient Jewish tradition of marriage.
Chaos, any guests for the charity stream? I was going to send out a couple emails today. We'll see who shows up. DJ229, $40, so 40 for the homies. Yeah, mine I did it like 2 days into the trip, and I wasn't nervous at all because when it actually happens, you know that they're. I don't think
Unless you're a complete moron.
unless you're an idiot, you know they're going to say yes.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Let me clarify. It
Like, you
wasn't
have to-
nervousness about like, oh God, she might say no. It was more like
I'm not
my
claiming
life.
that you did that.
My life is about to like fundamentally change, and I'm on the edge of the cliff, and I'm the one who's going to decide whether it changes or not. We had also discussed it a lot,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
we knew we were going to get married, but like that's a light switch that you're turning on and off. That was more the nervousness of like, now my life will be changing from this day on.
Yeah. So that was the thing with mine was it was I had the ring for a couple months, and the hardest part for me was, you know, we had obviously talked about it, and then like there would be like pop-up things where it's like Jesus Christ, so and so got engaged or blah blah blah. And I'm just like, just like shh, please stop
shut
saying
up.
like I have the ring already, but. Yeah, as far as everything else goes, like I knew she was gonna say yes. It wasn't that big of a deal, but yeah, getting there the day of, it was a little like, you know, I don't want to say like butterflies or whatever, but it was a nervous feeling, like, oh God, how am I gonna fuck this up?
Did it
Right.
feel like you were like running a prank show?
Kind of, yeah. I kept feeling like I was gonna
Like a literal hidden camera.
yeah. Yeah, and she kept like almost figuring it out. It was nerve-wracking, but
Well, she must have known that this trip, like you're going on a romantic trip to Japan, and you've been talking about it, right?
well,
The most romantic country of all, Japan, with a negative birth rate.
Yeah, I don't think that she expected it, but she wasn't as surprised as you would normally be. I was going to do it in, we went to Iceland earlier in the year, and I was going to do it there, but then Steven Suptic fucking did it right before
He went to Iceland.
And I was like,
Yeah.
if Steven Suptic does something, you can't do it. It's like how you can't make vlogs.
You don't want to be a Johnny Come Lately.
Yeah, you can't make vlogs on YouTube anymore because Steven Suptic does it.
Yeah, you can't use closed captioning in yellow text at the bottom of your screen.
We're getting married next year, though. We're saving for an entire year because she has a fucking huge family.
Yeah, that's a problem. And you're both from out of state.
And well, we're going to Georgia where it's a little bit cheaper.
Me and my fiance are both Southern California people.
There's a real
That
religious
helps a
debate
lot.
going on in the YouTube comments right now.
Christianity is better. No, Judaism is better. No,
What if they're all
Confucianism
wrong?
is better.
What if they're all wrong?
Impossible.
When I was driving back from the mountains,
Damn town's too full of fundies.
when I was driving back from the mountains, there was an entire highway sponsored by, it just said atheists.
Good for
Yeah,
atheists.
they do that.
Yeah, good for them. They cleaned up the highway.
You know what I like about atheists?
Despite not thinking there was, anything in the afterlife.
No
No
heavenly
reward. No reward at the end. What are you doing?
That's
What
what
a
I
waste of time.
That's what I like the most about atheists.
I only clean up because God will bless me.
Or smite me if I
Yeah.
don't.
Get smoked. Read another question.
Okay, here we go. Colin Yackley, what are some things you want to do on the channel but haven't had the time to do? And what I want to
Get 8 hours of sleep.
yes, get more sleep, but also two things that we're, God willing, we're going to do. Me and Elliot are going to co-op through Borderlands 2 on Party Time.
Yeah, we're gonna do more gaming.
more gaming on Party Time.
Because we already stream, both of us.
Why
quite a
Borderlands?
bit,
So I saw this online. Why Borderlands 2?
Because it's old enough for Elliot to think it's new.
Yeah, I bought that one, and I have never played it.
And it's a great game, and it's a great co-op game.
And everyone's, when I said I had it, it was like, which one of these games should I start playing out of my vast collection of unplayed games? A large number of people were like, oh, dude, Borderlands 2 is the best co-op game ever made.
Again, a huge thanks to DJ229 for that $40. You are a awesome producer. Wes H, congratulations on your engagements. The only one without a ring on this show is now Sauron, the poor bastard. Thank you very much for the $20, Wes. ETC
Nobody
Bachelor
loves
Party
Sauron.
Time. ETC Bachelor Party Time from Zero and Dismissal. And the other thing is we really, really, really want, if we can make it work in a correct way, we really want to launch the show Idiots Watching Anime with Danny Fernandez.
Absolutely.
Where
Like,
we watch anime and Danny Fernandez is more of an anime expert than us, and we sit and talk about what we've seen in a way that is moronic.
Well, then
because
we have like Danny's a big Dragon Ball Z one, but like there's so much anime out there, and so many people who seem otherwise normal who are into it that we know. There's a lot of mileage there. I watched the first episode of this anime called Food Wars. Mm-hmm. That was absolutely fucking bonkers. And like the whole
they're all fucking crazy.
The whole time I was watching it, I was like, fuck, I wish we were recording a like ETC reaction video to this.
Yeah, and like we had the idea that like we want to get it up and running because Anime Expo happens in July. We want to do a live one at Anime Expo. But I got the obviously we loved doing the videos with Danny over Dragon Ball Z because that show is fucking bonkers. And I was like, they can't all be this crazy. And then I watched Devilman Crybaby.
Oh, it gets real fucking weird.
I stopped watching Devilman Crybaby halfway through the season because I have to bottle up this absurdity for a show. So we're gonna be hopefully launching a new show called Idiots Watching Anime, and I think it'll be really funny. Anna Marvello, $50. Put this in your expensive as fuck wedding. I have what? Oh, where did it go? I have 53 cousins, 21 aunts and uncles, and a lot of cousins now have kids. So I know a lot about expensive weddings.
That's the thing too. First of all, children should be neither seen nor heard, and the whole idea of like
get them out of here.
Like if you have like a cousin with like a bunch of little like fucking runts, it's like, nah, sorry, no cousins get together.
We had a no child wedding.
Yeah. Were they resentful about it?
A few were, and people brought their kids to the hotel, but they didn't bring them to the wedding. So like there were for sure kids at the hotel, but not at the wedding.
Yeah. You're supposed to get a second chef to cook like macaroni and cheese? Fuck you.
No, eat the roast beef.
Also, yeah, you're paying for the kids like to have a plate at the table, and it's like $150.
That's the thing.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I think my brother's baby.
I mean, yeah.
If it can walk by then. If it can walk, but no, we're putting it to work. We're making it walk down to do the flower thing.
Yeah.
If kids are coming to the wedding, they're working.
Yeah.
That's how you skirt child labor laws. Only in weddings.
Yeah, it's a wedding.
We had our dog do that, except for instead of flowers, it was little poops. She put little poops down the entire aisle.
Every child under the age of 10 will be pulling the carriage that we arrive on.
I went to a wedding where they did that. They had.
Wait, what?
It wasn't the bride and groom. It was like two sort of like elementary school kids in a tux and a dress pulling a wagon with I had never seen this before, but apparently it's a real thing in the South, a mini bride and a mini groom who were dressed in identical outfits to the bride and groom. And they were pulling them in a wagon, and it was a military wedding, so the groom is like...
Did you get video of this?
No, this is like 2005. This is pre-cell phone.
This is
video.
absurd.
So the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard.
The groom is a very good friend of mine, is Air Force, and he was in his dress blues, for the wedding. And so the mini groom, who was like a 3-year-old little boy, had a tailored dress blues Air Force uniform on.
What's the point of this, though?
To be fancy. I don't know. It was fucking ridiculous.
Very fancy. I went to the fanciest wedding last weekend. They had children pulling a wagon with miniature versions of the bride and groom. You mean the ones that are on top of the cake? No. It was, think about, split the difference. Were they also dressed up on the cake?
I don't remember the cake. It was pretty fancy.
Nobody remembers the cake. I'm having this discussion right now.
Yeah, it's
I'm like,
not worth it.
I want an ice cream bar where it's all kinds of ice cream and toppings.
Here, the way the
Get
cake.
Mashi Malone's to cater it for you.
I don't know what that is.
The average guest sees the cake from 100 feet away, and then it's cut up and on a plate.
Here's the thing.
That's
the cake is never good, and we had to have gluten-free cake because Dana's allergic. The only time our wedding cake was thank you. The only time it tastes a little bit like cinnamon because I had chai tea in there earlier. The only time our wedding cake was good was we saved it, and a year later, after coming out of the freezer, it was all stale and shit.
I don't understand that tradition at all.
Yeah, that's a very weird tradition.
It was gross, but then we used it to make gluten-free bread pudding, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that was really
call.
good.
Yeah, cake's not like wine.
No,
can't
is definitely not.
It doesn't get better with age. Manuel Martinez, go Rockets, $2. Debo Molina, Spool and Elliott technique on gaming and saving. Yep, buy it late. Big Chat 53, YouTube arguing about religion. Twitch chat makes masturbation and marriage jokes. Also, answer the Brandon question. What was the Brandon question? We missed it.
Can we get him on the?
Oh, he'll be on the live stream.
Yeah.
Hey Elliott, congrats on the wedding. I'm available for performance. Ask Ricky how the album was. Terrific, I'm sure. I'm thinking of popping the question soon too. You just spoiled it.
You just assumed the Q is question. Q could be anything.
The barbecue.
Popping that Q.
You gotta pop Maggie Q.
Well, Q kind of looks like a balloon, so you might be popping a balloon.
The album's great.
What's the album?
He keeps asking me to listen to the album, and I haven't done it for over a year.
His album?
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. This was the one that I got. This is the one that got Joel on the show. Got him interested in doing the show.
You don't know what got me on. You really don't know what got me on the show.
Gabriel at Bold as Bronze asks, "What's the worst dining experience you've ever had, at a restaurant or home?"
Let me think about this. Y'all go first.
Elliot.
I don't know. I hate questions like this because I don't dwell on negative experiences too much, so it's hard to recall.
Yeah, it's kind of.
The one that I thought of when I saw this, and then you guys can think about yours, was we hadn't even been sat for dining yet, but I went to a place in Pasadena for brunch with friends, and they're like, "Oh, let's check this place out. It has pretty decent reviews." I'm like, all right, so we walk in, completely empty. It's like, noon, 12:30, completely empty, and we're like, "Cool, can we get a table?" And they're like, "Sorry, we're all booked up." I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Do you have a reservation?" And we were like, "No, we don't have a reservation." They're like, "Sorry, all of our tables are reserved." And I was like, "But there's no one here, and we have money in exchange for food." And they're like, "Sorry, we only accept reservations for brunch." And I was like, "Okay." So I went on that app like Open Table, and I made a reservation for 10 minutes in the future, and it was like, "Cool, your reservation is set." And I was like, "Hi." I literally turned around and was like, "Hi, we have a reservation." And they're like, "Okay." I was like, "No, we have a reservation." And they're like, "All right, it shows that you have a reservation for 12:45." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And they're like, "All right, we'll get the table ready. You can come back in 10 minutes." And I was like,
Why did you want to eat there?
Yeah, I would have just left.
At that point, it was. Why
are you giving them your money?
It was on principle.
Nope. My principle would be like, "Nah, fuck you. Nah, fuck you."
I would have gotten a reservation and then not shown up for it.
Like everyone else there?
Yeah.
They've all been pranking these people.
Yeah.
Like, these people are always not doing their stupid things.
I cannot come up with
You never had a terrible meal that have you ever sent anything back or
No.
bad service?
I mean, I've had bad service, but like never like bad enough that it left the whole, like, I don't know. A lot of people go out to dine and they expect to be treated like fucking royalty, and like I've never felt that way. Like servers are human. I had a meal yesterday where the guy was kind of a fucking idiot, but like I didn't. It's just like whatever. It doesn't affect me in any way. The guy just like screwed up a lot of things, but the food showed up fine. It was delicious, and that's all that mattered. Yeah, I don't know.
I am sure I've had I found a bug in some food at some point. I know I found hair, but that happens. It's cooking, whatever. I'm generally okay with it. The worst dining experience.
Hey, there's hair in my soup. Well, that's cooking.
Yeah. I mean,
it is.
It is. Odds are you're gonna get some. At some point, you're gonna get something. My worst dining experiences are always oh, I was really looking forward to that restaurant, and it just wasn't very good.
Yeah.
It was just didn't live up to my expectations.
Yeah. I worked at an Applebee's when I was young. And I can say that I never saw anyone's food messed with, which makes me feel good because at an Applebee's in Florida, working there, I was working there for maybe a year, never seeing anyone's food messed with, but people hating customers, but just not a big.
Yeah.
It gave me confidence that it doesn't happen as much as you think.
I don't doubt that it happens.
I don't think it happens. What does happen?
I think it does happen.
What does happen and has definitely happened to me a couple times, it's kind of annoying, is when you order something that they should just tell me we're all out of the stuff that's required to make that, or that's something that we have to start cooking in the morning, and we ran that's happened to me a couple times where I'm just just tell me tell me you ran out of curry for the day.
Yeah.
Here's my thing is I'm kind of a food asshole. I don't want to eat shitty food, and so because of that I avoid a lot of chain restaurants that and not because of the concept of chains, but because a lot of these places create their food at a central processing plant, freeze it, and then send it in trucks.
That's what I will say about Applebee's. Everything was in a bag and microwave.
Yeah.
And they would even take steaks out and grill it really quick.
And that it grosses me out. The food's not very good, and that kind of thing makes me an asshole. And so a lot of my friends are ironically into Chili's.
I love Chili's.
I fucking hate it. All that food is such garbage.
I wouldn't eat there all the time, but when I go home and it's there, it's in a pinch it works. The only reason I go is I like their chips and salsa.
I don't think I've ever been to Chili's.
There's a reason that places like Chipotle
they don't
took over the
They didn't
world.
sponsor the episode. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Only get Savage jerky.
And I love fried food. Don't get me wrong. I love shitty fried food. I grew up in fucking Louisiana where we ate fried food 7 meals a week.
Well, when the choices are Applebee's, TGI Fridays, and I don't know, there's a couple
Chili's,
others. And Chili's,
Ruby
you would
Tuesdays.
choose Chili's is the best overall.
Give me that Alka-Seltzer milkshake
Yeah.
for dessert.
It's the best of the worst.
I guess Chili's is the best of the worst.
Jack Daniels, $10. Keep it wholesome for the Lord, y'all. This is a Christian server.
Hey, if we're talking diners,
I love diners.
How about
I'm gonna have to go with Denny's?
Drive-ins and dives.
Denny's and Red Robin's pretty solid.
Red Robin's okay. Let's talk about trash food.
Yeah.
What's your favorite trash food, Joel?
The top of the trash heap is definitely
Bloomin'
Denny's.
Onion is my favorite trash food.
What's your favorite out of all the shitty chain pizza places? What's your favorite shitty pizza?
Domino's, because I feel like the app changed everything.
Yeah.
Oh, to me, when they changed
I like
their
Papa
crust,
John's a lot, but then
Oh, what?
If I could get Papa John's dipping sauce with Domino's pizza,
Yeah.
I'd be a happy man.
Papa John's, the only thing is that fucking, it's just
garlic
literally
butter.
melted.
it's melted butter.
It's just calorie juice.
Yeah.
Dingo Jerk makes it his point is, don't you have grocery stores and kitchens? So this is where I was going at. It's and the reason I went off on this is because someone was talking about Buffalo Wild Wings and how it was a bad dining experience. And my reaction to that is, I also the food at Buffalo Wild Wings sucks. It's not very good for the reason I explained. We make our own wings at home, and they're fucking delicious.
Yeah, it's really
not
easy.
hard.
to cook for
Super
yourself.
easy.
It's not hard.
We at least once every couple of weeks, we'll get 24 wings and cut up some carrots and celery and make fucking wings.
You know, you can get it at our local supermarket. don't go there because they didn't sponsor the show, but you can get, and don't go here either, but you can get, we're having a good time.
It's 12:40?
We're having a good, you guys are having a good time,
Are you
right?
fucking kidding me?
Let's hear it from the audience.
Wow, you look great.
No,
You
I
look
need
great.
to go. I have
No,
shit
stop.
to do. I have shit to
Listen,
do.
listen.
I have a meeting.
For your wings, okay? Listen. You can buy Nando's sauce, peri-peri sauce.
Yeah.
You can buy peri-peri sauce.
The problem is, I think peri-peri sauce has a little bit of sugar in it. We're trying not to put sugar in it.
Okay. But to answer the question, yes, we do cook a lot for ourselves. We're talking specifically about
Trash food.
All
right,
here.
I have to go.
All right, get out of here then. Go.
I'm going to be mic'd up.
Take the mic off.
All right, well, someone...
Turn your mic
Sashay
off.
off my set.
Turn your mic off.
Get out of here.
That's the sachet. I'm going to keep
If only we could get Brandon and him on the same.
nobody in here. Oh, there they are.
If only we could get Brandon and Joel to dance together at the same time on camera.
Yeah.
You know, you never see Brandon and Joel in the same place at the same time.
You don't.
There's something.
Did we miss a chat? I think we missed a couple chats.
No, I said everything.
Did you? I think it was one.
Yeah. No, I said it all. I've said it all. See? Keep it wholesome for the Lord.
Ah, yes. Save some room for the Holy Spirit.
Anyways, yeah, Domino's probably the best trash pizza chain. What about fast food? I mean, we're spoiled here. We have In-N-Out, Fat Burger.
Yeah, I mean, In-N-Out and Fat Burger are my two favorite ones.
Chick-fil-A, though.
Chick-fil-A is great. There's not a whole lot of locations.
Not open on Sundays.
Not open on Sundays.
the Lord's Day.
Their menu's a little bit limited. But yeah, Chick-fil-A is always welcome in my mouth.
Always welcome in my mouth.
Theo Barr, $2. Nice to see Joel not shilling for Lord Disney today.
Well, technically, he was talking about Black Panther earlier.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we're getting the wrap it up from producer Dylan.
Yeah. Guys, stop interviewing each other. 1 minute.
Stop interviewing. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. Last question. Douglas, Jackson Douglas, at Douglas Jackson. Worst class you ever had to take? I would say throughout your entire educational career.
I went to a Catholic high school, and so we had to take.
Ooh, Shibby's coming in.
We had to take religion classes in every semester, and some of them were okay. They were all pretty bad, but one in particular, the teacher was just an absolute see you next Tuesday, and just an awful person. And at one point, accused me of plagiarism just based off of literally nothing but a weird hunch.
Yeah.
And I got very mad at her, and she backed down. I was like, all right, yeah, whatever. But it was, that class was terrible.
Debo Molina, 199. Play 1-2 with Brandon and Joel. Look who entered. A challenger appears.
Hi, stream.
What was the worst class,
Wait, I
worst
think they
class
can hear.
experience? Wait, do you have a mic on?
No, I'll yell at you.
What was the worst class experience you had throughout school?
I would say public speaking initially was very difficult. Yeah, it's been,
Initially?
You don't say.
I got better at it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it?
And I'd say human anatomy initially was difficult because I had to dissect a cat.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the female anatomy.
Girls.
No, that's simple for me. That's God-given.
Comes naturally.
Yeah.
My worst one was in high school. I wanted to do photography, so I was they started offering a photography class in the school, but apparently, and I found this out later, the teacher had no idea what she was doing. She was actually taking night classes, and then transferring that information to the classes during the day, which,
Wow.
bless her soul.
Trickle down knowledge.
Trickle down knowledge, yeah. Bless her soul for going to night class at least. The Lord is here. But so the whole class was a lot of busy work.
Yeah.
There was things like, hey, here's a bunch of magazines. Cut out your favorite pictures and make a collage. Yeah. And so it was all this weird busy work that I fucking hated. So I wasn't doing any of it. And finally, we were able to use there was 2 cameras for the entire class. And so every day, 2 people got to go out and take pictures. And then we actually had the dark room.
Oh, okay. So
And
it's
so
real
we got to
photography.
develop them. And so I went out and I took pictures and had them developed and stuff like that. And I started getting fucking it was insubordination detentions and shit like that because I was like, I'm not doing this fucking they would cut out pictures in the thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. This is bullshit. I would rather go read a book on how to do this. And so I started getting insubordination detentions and all this stuff. And then the fucking See You Next Tuesday in the class is using my photos as examples for things that she was like, oh, and this one, because we all just submitted that.
While
And I'm
reprimanding
like,
you?
Yeah, and I'm like, listen here. you real see you next Tuesday. And it was so incredibly frustrating. And she drove a PT Cruiser, which also
God, the
really,
worst.
With the wood on the side?
And it was disgusting. There was coffee everywhere.
Anyway,
Unforgivable.
No, wait. I want to hear your thoughts on Fortnite iOS.
I signed up today. The website was crashing. I signed up iPhone X. I don't think it's gonna work, but you know.
Are you excited about? Hey, so let me ask you a real question: is cross-platform play with Fortnite on Xbox and PC now live? You can do it now.
I don't believe so. No.
Because they announced it. You saw the announcement.
Today?
No, like Saturday.
Yeah. So you think it's live now? I don't think
I don't know.
No.
I thought it's like a switch.
And I've also read that mobile players will only play against other mobile players, but that's not.
No, you can opt into PC.
Oh, okay.
It's on the mobile user to be able to do that. Same with Xbox and PS4. You opt in to play with your friends on PC.
Because how I understand it, say like Elliot's on Xbox and I'm on PC. If he joins me, we then go to the PC servers because he's opting in on that. So
there you go.
Good.
What do you think about? I played Dark Souls 3 for the first time yesterday. Have you played it?
I've played Dark Souls, but not 3.
Oh, what did you think?
I mean, it's a movement-based like momentum combat.
I don't need a review. Save your review. What are you reviewing this week?
Into the Breach.
Into the Breach.
What's that?
There's a lot of news this week, so stay tuned for Tugs over on the Party Time channel.
We doing Tugs tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yes.
All right.
Thank you for joining us, Shibby.
Stream. You guys are so generous. Love you all.
Woo!
Public speaking.
Public speaking and anatomy.
And anatomy. The two funniest things you can be bad at.
Like, I love that.
It's perfect. It's just it's good. Perfect. Anyways, there's a lot of gaming news out there. So we're going to cover that on Tugs tomorrow over on the Party Time channel. But go subscribe to it anyway because we're doing the charity stream this Friday starting at 2 p.m.
Phil Verhey, I see you out there every day pounding the pavement, correcting people on the spelling of my name.
There you go.
Appreciate you.
Ryan Owens, $2.27. Peace. Guys, thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you again so much for the Super Chats, especially Sauron, the Dark Lord of Mordor, and especially DJ229 and Anna Marvello for coming in and dropping some big bits, or whatever they called on here, Super Chats.
Tiggo bitties.
Yeah, there you go. What are you, Ernest Klein? Anyways.
I want a geek girl. I want to fuck the valedictorian.
Anyways, thank you very much, Pacific Rim Uprising, for sponsoring this live show and the rest of the content this week. Be sure to get your tickets and go see it in theaters, Real D, 3D, and IMAX on March 23rd. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next time.